There's probably going to be some bad language in this, so you might not want to let the kids watch. Hey everyone, I'm Dom, I'm a wino, and I just had to come and talk to you today because this entire situation is really grinding my fucking gears. Jesus Christ. When I first saw the headline that Whittaker wasn't getting the title shot, it was going to be Adesanya versus Vettori, I was ready to go off my fucking head. But then I read the article and I saw that it was Whittaker was offered the shot, he didn't think he could be ready in time, Vettori came in. I was like, well, it seems a little fucking sus that Adesanya just had to get a fight in within 7 weeks of when Whittaker had his fight with Gastelum, even though he had to go through 2 weeks quarantine and had to fucking travel back to America, so he needs travel time, weight cutting time, media time. A standard fucking fight camp is 8 weeks, so that wasn't even within the regular frame of when he finished the Gastelum fight and when this fight would have happened, let alone all that shit I just said. But still, if you're going to give that to Vettori and Israel just had to fight then, fine. As long as you guarantee that Whittaker gets the next shot, because he earned that next shot. And if you want to see why he earned that next shot, the first video I ever made is about him earning that shot. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a little fucking square in the box here or fucking somewhere. I don't know where at this point. But click on that and you'll get a good fucking reason why he earned that next shot. But either way, as long as he got the shot, I would have been fine with it. But the first little cracks started to show at the press conference of UFC 261. Pretty sure that's what it was. Where Dana got asked a direct question by a member of the media who said, we've heard that Adesanya versus Vettori is happening next. Can you guarantee that Whittaker is going to get the winner of that? And Dana did his usual, he's hanging on the mic here. Well, we tried to give him the shot. Acting like he doesn't want the fucking fight. This is classic Dana bullshit. And there's a lot that I like about Dana. He took the sport to a fucking place that no one else took it. Could someone else have taken the sport there? Maybe, but they didn't. He did. I also like that he doesn't filter his fighters. He doesn't put politics into the sport. He just lets us enjoy the sport. That's great. But what I fucking hate it about Dana is that he always uses these fucking shitty negotiation. I feel fucking restrained to say it, but bullying tactics against his fighters because he knows he's the big cheese. He knows he calls the shots. He knows he can thread a narrative in the media that they don't want the fight and make everyone think they're cowards and then they all just start fucking repeating it online like it's God's word. And also, he's got the power to deny you shots in the future because he's the boss, and he does that shit, and he's petty about it. And it's some of the worst shit that I don't like about Dana. So that's the first little inkling I saw from it. Then this fucking week, I saw the worst interview you've ever seen in your life come out. And I'll link that in the description as well. I'll even put a timestamp in, hopefully. I don't know how to do this shit, so hopefully I'll put a timestamp in, or at least tell you where to go in that clip for where the conversation starts. But it's Eugene Bareman and Israel Adesanya standing next to each other. Bareman is Adesanya's coach, getting asked about Robert Whittaker. And, I mean, the first thing that came out of Bareman's mouth, like the guy who asked the question was like, "Oh, I think we were all surprised to see it was Vettori. It was supposed to be Whittaker. We were surprised to see that." And the first thing out of Bareman's mouth was, "That's the way the cookie crumbles." That's not the fucking way the cookie crumbles. That's the way you crumbled it, you cunt. Like, Jesus Christ. You could have waited a few weeks. You could have waited a month. It wouldn't have made that much of a fucking difference. But no, you purposefully put this situation in place so you could put Robert Whittaker at the worst possible fucking footing he could possibly get. Because you knew if he took the fight, he'd be compromised and he wouldn't be able to fight Israel at his top range, at his top performance. But if he didn't take the fight, you do exactly what you're doing now and try to claim this ridiculous fucking claim that now he's got to go back to the back of the line. He's got to get himself into the pool. And when he made that fucking comment that he's got to go back into the pool, he's like, oh, there's other guys coming up, like Kevin Holland and Darren Till. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Kevin Holland has just come off 2 losses in a row, getting dominated in both of them. He's ranked at most 10, probably less than 10. And Darren Till, his last fight was a loss to Robert fucking Whittaker. How does Robert Whittaker have to step in line behind them? And it's a continuation of the same bullshit I've seen from this team ever since Israel beat Rob. They want to fucking downplay everything Rob does. Every fucking opponent that Rob comes up against, they're like, oh, if he beats Rob, he gets the shot. But then Rob beats them, and they don't say a fucking word about Rob. No. You got to get yourself back in line, son. Never mind that no one's ever done as much as you've done in history. There's never been a number 1 contender be number 1 and win 3 fights in a row against top contenders, 2 of them in the top 5, 1 not in the top 5, but you were taking on the top 5 who dropped out from injury, and then you had another fucking real good contender as in fucking Kelvin Gastelum jump in and you still beat him on short notice. But no, that's not enough. And I've seen people online saying, oh, it was Israel's coach saying it. It wasn't Israel. Israel isn't the one fucking ducking it. Well, you watch that interview. You watch him nod and laugh at every little fucking point that his coach makes about fucking, oh, if it was one of my fighters, oh, this is another thing. If it was one of my fighters, when you get that opportunity, you take that opportunity when it comes. No, motherfucker. If you get that opportunity like Marvin Vettori got that opportunity, you take that opportunity when it comes because you didn't deserve the opportunity in the first place. The ducks just fell in a row. You know what I mean? You weren't the number 1 contender. You hadn't beat the contenders to make you the number 1 contender. And Israel even says that later in the interview. But because the number 1 contender wasn't ready to take the fight and all the other top contenders in the division just happened to be coming off losses, you get offered a title fight. If you reject that, yes, go to the back of the line. There's a difference between being given an opportunity and earning an opportunity. And Rob Whittaker has earned the fucking opportunity. He's earned it, not worse, he's earned it better than anyone in the history of the fucking UFC. Watch my other video for why. But basically, it's because the only other people who've had to be champion, lose, and then get back to their fight with 3 or more fights were Tim Sylvia and Rashad Evans. And Tim Sylvia's first fight out of that 3 was outside the UFC. Still got the fight on the 3rd fight. And Rashad Evans had 4 fights, but it's a calamity of fucking error. He had the title shot without even having a fight, but he got injured, and then he had the title shot numerous other times within those 4 fights, but it was just a whole fuckery of a bunch of shit going on. Like I said, watch my other video for a brief rundown of what happened there, but no one has had to do what Robert Whittaker has fucking done, and not only win 3 fights in a row as a former champion, defending champion, who fucking lost his title. Only loss ever in the weight division was to the current champion, and then he wins 3 fights against top contenders, and you're still trying to say he needs to jump back into the pool. It's absolutely fucking ludicrous. And, yeah, I think I already said how stupid it was that you tried to say Holland and Till deserve shots over him. Let me see if I fucking said anything. Yeah. That's what it was before I fucking went on this tangent about how he earned it. You don't give certain things away. You don't give them away if you're Vittori, like I already said. But when you've earned it, like Robert Whittaker, when you've fucking earned the shot, not only have you earned the shot, you've earned a full fucking training camp to be at your best to fight the champion. And the champion should also get a full fucking training camp so you can both be at the best to fight each other. Is this a real sport? That's what I want to know. Is it a real sport, or is it just fucking promotional boxing where champions can just deny legit contenders? Or is it Rocky fucking 3 where we build Rocky up as the hero when he's denying Clubber Lang, even though Clubber Lang's taken out all the fucking contenders? That's shitty fucking boxing, man. This is supposed to be MMA. This is supposed to be UFC. This is supposed to be the best fighting the fucking best. And this interview was one of the most Weasley, fucking disgusting things I've ever seen from a camp and a fighter. I saw people online saying this was his coach. This wasn't Israel saying this. But Israel's laughing and nodding along with the whole thing. And then when he's done with it, the guy asks him, do you agree with that? And he says, yeah. He goes, yeah. I thought Robert had earned it because he had the best performance out of 3. Well, first of all, he earned it off his results alone. He didn't need the best performance. The fact that, it's more of this shit. The whole way through, they're trying to get Rob out of the title picture because in that little triple fight that was coming up, Brunson versus Holland, Till versus Vittori, and Whittaker versus Costa at the time, but Costa fell out and became Gastelum. In the lead up to that, Israel was saying if Till wins, he should get the shot. Till just fucking lost to Whittaker. If Whittaker beat Costa / falls out Gastelum, he's done enough, man. But no, then Till falls out, and Izzy's still sitting there saying that you have to get the best performance, not just go off the results. I'm not saying Izzy's ducking him because he's scared of the fight. I never thought that. I thought he just hated Rob for some weird reason. For some strange reason. It was about memes, apparently, in the lead up to their fight. And Rob even said, I didn't make a meme. I just got sent a meme and I shared it. And Izzy got super fucking butthurt about it. And it seemed ever since then he's wanted to keep him out of the title picture. I thought it was because of some hatred. But it's becoming more and more obvious that he actually is scared of fighting him. And the fact that they can sit there and try to make these arguments that Rob doesn't deserve the next fight, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I'm happy that I've seen in any comment sections about this story and whatnot that most of the people aren't being fucking idiots and just gobbling up what the fucking coach says and gobbling up what Dana says. Most people are fucking hitting back and saying, no, motherfucker, Rob deserves this fight. He deserves it. I'm a fucking wino. I hope you enjoyed my rant. I was going to say like and subscribe, but usually I don't fucking beg like that. But hey, click on one of these wherever they are. Watch it, please. Fucking Whittaker for the title. Let's go!